So you decided to try out Destiny 2. Maybe you heard of the game from another content creator or even a friend recommended it to you. Well, if you seem lost and need a guide, this is for you. We're going to be taking a look at the new player experience as well as giving a beginner's guide to those of you who are just starting out as a new light. If you end up enjoying the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you want to show your support. But with that all said and done, let's supercharge our way right into this. Now, as you can see, you're going to be brought to this screen. This is where you're going to select what type of class you want to be. So you can either select Titan, Hunter, or Warlock. Basically, Titans are like brawlers. They like to punch everything and are also very defensive with their shields. Hunters are basically very agile, move around a lot, quickly get in and out of combat and are very good for burst damage. Warlocks are basically space wizards, so if you like magic and wizardry, then Warlock is for you. But personally, my favourite class is Hunter, so that is exactly what we're going to do for this guide. So there we go. Now you can customize your character however you want, so I'm going to quickly take care of that and then we will get on with the guide. Here we go, this is what I managed to come up with. I really like the look of my character, they look pretty evil.
Guardian? Eyes up, Guardian.
Alright, so this is where we start.
You're alive. You don't know how long I've been looking for you. I'm a ghost. Actually, now I'm your ghost. And you? Well, you've been dead a long time. So you're going to see a lot of things you won't understand.
Alright, so here we are. Waking up in the Cosmodrome once again.
This place is an old
It has been an absolute
Russian
while
space
since my first time playing, absolutely
quite dangerous,
years ago.
but our only way.
The new player experience isn't always the greatest, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you guys on your journey as a new light.
I need to find you a weapon. Let's keep moving.
Okay, very weird inconsistency, he just went through the ceiling. Oh, that's right, we got, okay. Yep, here we go, got our first weapon.
Guardian. You're a hunter. That means you're not afraid to take risks. So, keep moving and be ready for a fight. There's a loot cache. Let's take what's inside.
There we go, got ourselves a shotgun.
More falling. Hit him with everything you've got. Your light is strong, Guardian. Keep fighting. I'm Vanguard.
Now you will see these little diamond shapes
Where are you?
or waypoints. They will show you where to go. Sometimes they will disappear, so if you want to still have an idea on where to go, you can look at your minimap on the top left and you'll see a triangle icon that will also show you where to go.
Thank the light. I didn't think we had other Guardians on patrol here. Listen, my fire team's missing. I need backup, and... Oh, you're fresh out of the grave, aren't you? Sit tight. I'll get you to the city soon enough.
I've made it this far. Let me help.
There's a weapon in that locker. Probably an upgrade for you. Grab it and head to my location.
So to equip your brand new gear, obviously it's going to show you, which is good. There's a lot of stuff that this game doesn't show you, but basically, you got all your different stuff here. You got your weapons, you got kinetic weapons, energy weapons, and power weapons. Kinetic weapons, most of them are primary. You got primary weapons, which have unlimited ammo and don't deal as much damage as special weapons, which you will know it's a special weapon by the green ammo icon. and most special weapons in the game will have an element. As you can see, this is a solar weapon, so this pairs very well with solar subclass, which is the subclass that we get when we start out. So that's basically a rough rundown on weapons. I will have a full guide on what all of this is in a separate video, as that's how I'm going to structure this. Just basically makes it less overwhelming, and you know, I can dedicate a full video to the entire thing, so I can basically just break everything down nicely. So yep, let's continue. Press circle to crouch. Man, they teach us that, but they don't teach us core mechanics of the game. This game will teach you the basics, but it won't really teach you the most important things that you need to know. There are countless things that I did that were absolutely bad because of something that I didn't know and figured out way later on. Missed my knife trick there. As a more veteran level Destiny player, that's very interesting. I guess the interesting thing about doing a beginner's guide in this way is if you need to follow off what I'm doing on the screen to figure out what to do next, you can kind of see it happening live and follow along. Pretty easy way to get through. You know, a lot of people do beginner's guides where they'll record the gameplay and then they'll just commentate over it, but no, I wanted to do something different this time. I wanted to jump in head first on a brand new account and really see for myself what's it like being a new player in Destiny 2 in this current moment of time. Right, there we go, there's a waypoint. And power weapons are definitely the best weapons in the game, that is for sure. They do the most damage, and it is very rare to get ammo for them, but they are really good. Now, definitely wouldn't worry about whatever's going on here, you just keep on going. Now, it does suck that they don't give you a Sparrow at this point. It is definitely annoying just having to run around everywhere. Especially because I'm not a new player, so I know what they're like, but you'll very soon figure out what Sparrows are. For some reason you've been living under a rock and are fully brand new to the game without hearing about it much. So now we've got to require access codes. Clearly we've got to look for some pretty big fallen guys, and they will give us what we need.
That's one key. We need 2 more.
Oh, no. Made a huge mistake. It's been an absolute while since I've done this. You do not need to kill certain types of fallen to get the keys. Just go to these things. And I am putting myself in the shoes of a new light. Whenever you get an enemy to low health, you'll notice a little circle above them. Basically, this will allow you to perform a finisher. Now you basically just go up to him and you press either right analog stick on controller. Not sure what it is on PC as I don't play PC, but yep, that's basically how you perform a finisher. Now depending on what type of build you have, you can incorporate finishers to work with your builds. So finishers are definitely an important thing that I didn't learn until it was too late. There we go. Oh no, that's what they were. Okay. There we go. We'll use our super, as I'm surprised we haven't used it yet. Pretty fun. Now, one thing that a lot of you new players will do, you'll probably forget about your super quite a lot. It is a very good ability and it can get you out of many tough situations. So like whenever your super is charged, if you see a decent opportunity to use it, definitely whip it out. There we go, encryption broken. Whoa, these guys are going to bombard you. Really be careful, you might get a bit overwhelmed. Oh man, it has been forever since I've seen a blue engram. Alright, there we go. Thanks for finally showing me my super ability.
Nave signal is just ahead. No. There may still be light left in her ghost. Shaw.
Oh
I'm
no.
sorry.
Now this is a very good opportunity to show you what all this means. Now don't worry about that at the top of the screen. But you have the director tab. Now this is the main tab for all the content in the game. Now all the destinations are going to be blocked off at the moment, which is good because, you know, it doesn't overwhelm you too much and, you know, allows you to focus solely on taking your first steps. But if you can ignore the top of the screen, you're going to see the destinations tab, which is what we're in now. You've got your map, which whatever location you're in will show a map of the location. Oh sweet, there we go. You got the quest tab, which I'll briefly touch upon again very soon. You got your season pass, which definitely don't worry about that. You got the Eververse, which we won't really touch upon that much. You will come to know the Eververse throughout your career. Here you got your social menu, you got your fire team finder, which would be very good for endgame content, which would be later on in your career. You got your friends here, and all that stuff. So that's pretty good to know. Alright, so we're gonna see what he has for us.
Hive you saw was a powerful
Alright, we're
wizard
gonna get ourselves
named
another
Vota.
weapon.
Didn't expect to run into something that strong.
Alright,
I wasn't
okay,
prepared.
he's giving us a free sparrow.
Now it's too late. Maven Cass knew the risks.
Wait,
The best
what?
way to honor them
Pre-order
is to finish the job.
bonuses? Why?
There's a Golden Age relic, a superconductor, in the sealed chamber nearby.
Oh,
Vanguard says we can make a weapon out of it.
so I do have some of the content on this
Problem
account.
is,
Even though I
the
haven't played
superconductor
this
is
account.
overflowing with arc energy.
But, you
Can't
know,
even get near the place.
most likely you won't
less
have
break the
any of
lock.
this stuff, so
We need to
don't,
find a solution.
don't worry too
And
much.
something tells me our fallen
This will be
neighbors know a
probably
thing
the
or two about
tab
the
you'll
infrastructure
see.
here.
That's funny, I pre-ordered the final shape on my other account, my other PlayStation account, so I
Right.
wonder why it's giving me the stuff on here. That's, interesting.
All right.
There we go, we just got ourselves a free sparrow right out the gate before you even get a sparrow normally, so I just kind of skipped a certain part of the tutorial there a little bit, but interesting. What I would highly recommend, if you have a friend or you are watching this guide series, is I would skint... What the hell? What did I say? Skint? How do I get skint? Out of... I was gonna say skip. Oh my god. Okay, you know, enjoy that. But yeah, if you go here, you can skip. So, you can either continue, or you can continue to skip through. As you see, hold this flag, you will skip the New Light quest. But I am going to show you something. Here you got the quest tab. If you are by yourself and you don't have anyone to show you, or for some reason you're not going to watch the rest of this series, or you are watching this before future episodes come out, then I would recommend continuing this, as it will teach you other basic things, and it will be good, but for the purpose of this, we're going to skip. So, and this is my first time experiencing this feature, so let's see how interesting it is. There we go. Bam. Guardian rank objective complete. I will show that in just a moment.
Here
we are. If you skip, you will spawn at Ikora. This is my first time. But here we go. One thing I need to show you, it is very important, these new light kits. Now, they will give you a subclass and I think a build to go with it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think you get an exotic weapon with it. And if I'm not mistaken, this one gives you Sunshot, this one gives you Graviton Lance, and this one will give you Risk Runner. As a new player, don't choose Arc, mainly because you will get an exotic quest that will give you Risk Runner. And it's a very easy quest, so I would pick Void or Solar. Now, if you're starting out, personally, I recommend Void. Void's a pretty good subclass to start out with. Solar is meta this season, but as a new player, you know, don't worry about the meta, don't worry about any of that stuff, just play the game at your own pace. But if I had to give a recommendation, I'd recommend this. Now the game does recommend Solar, and you can choose it to the game's recommendation if you want to, but personally, Void's the way to go, so that's what we're going to select. Okay, bam, it just gave us a whole bunch of fragments. Now, these I'll show you in a future guide episode, but
Good luck. If you expect us to
here's
trust
your Void
we expect
subclass.
you to do the
You
same.
already had Sol,
It's
and
that
that's the thing. You already have Solar when you start, so selecting a different kit will unlock the other subclass, making the grind less annoying as a new player. But here we go, at least it shows you how to equip this stuff. Now it's unlocked all the aspects for us, that's good. Okay, so it's given us enough fragments for a build. Finish a final blow's grant invisibility, that's also really good. So if you like becoming invisible on the regular, which you won't really need, and enemies won't really be worrying about you when you're invisible, so if you like that, then yeah, they just give you a bunch of stuff instantly. I would kill to have this
Sometimes
back
I
during
miss
my new
competing
light
with my
days.
crystal.
You know, I had to unlock
Give my
all this
best to
stuff
Shaxx the
one by
next
one.
time you're in the arena.
So, you new lights, you guys are pretty lucky this time around.
Whoa.
But we can either... Oh, wait, what am I doing?
That's bad.
So yeah, we can either select this one or this one.
If you expect us to trust you, we expect you to do the same. It's that
There
simple.
we go. We can chuck that on. Yeah, you get a decent amount of stuff. I like that. You will have to unlock the rest of it in other... Now, as you can see, it gave us some weapons as well as the Graviton Lance exotic. If you want to unlock more stuff for your subclass, basically you hover over it, press triangle or whatever button is to open it up, and you can go here and spend Glimmer, which leads us into the next most important things, which are currencies. Here you've got Glimmer. You can spend that on most things in the game. That will be the main currency. You can basically buy resources, upgrades, and what I just showed you with the subclass. You got your legendary shards here. Don't worry about those as they're going away in the final shape. You got silver, which is premium currency, and bright dust, which you can use to get free items in the Eververse. So that is a rough breakdown of the main currencies. There are other currencies in the game that have uses, but I will show those in future guides. But that is going to conclude the first of many guides to come. I look forward to continuing this series, going from a new light all the way to a much higher level player that can hold their own and can understand the fundamental systems on what makes this game so great. Destiny can be a very hard game to get into, and it can be very, very overwhelming. The game, in my opinion, does a very horrible job at teaching you the most important things that you need to know. It also does a terrible job at making you understand the things that it's teaching you. So I'm hoping that I can make the journey much easier for you. That is the goal that I have in mind for this series. But with that all out of the way, I hope you all have an amazing day or night. And most of all, eyes up, Guardian.